us a little bit yesterday because the website we were working with went down. I thought I'd walk us through some things that take us from what we did yesterday to what I think Miss Fox wants you to do today. So we'll I'm putting together just a quick series of short videos, all for Miss Fox's consideration and review. So if I say anything that we're doing, obviously you defer to Miss Fox. But the first thing I'm going to do is walk through the guidelines on Rap Genius. This will basically just point out if you have questions about how to annotate using either video or pictures. I'll show you where that is, and also talk a little bit about some of the things they expect when you comment on lyrics or lines. The second video I'll make is looking at a place where one person has explained a line and another person comes back and suggests an improvement. And then the third video, I'll show you where I put the work you guys did yesterday and kind of talk to you about what I think you're going to do today. Again, subject to Ms. Fox's review. So without further ado, I'm going to go to the guidelines. And once again, this is all linked from your Moodle. So I would click on that link. Website seems to be great today, so I don't anticipate any problems, knock on wood. Once you get to the page on Moodle, the first link is Rap Genius Guidelines. You click that. So there's a lot of text here, and I don't want to go into all of it. I would encourage you to read it over. If you do make the decision to kind of explore the site further. For our poems, though, the way you're going to participate is pretty straightforward, and you probably don't need to read all the guidelines. What I will point out is this part here where it says pasting in a URL from YouTube, Twitter, or a picture will automatically embed the video, tweet, or the picture in the explanation or the annotation. So for some of you that may you might see that in some of the songs, and you might want to do that as you're analyzing the poetry. That's the explanation of how you do it. Also, walking down to number 5, if you want to put an image in, they encourage you to use something from Google Images, because then you're going to be able to find the URL. Of course, probably your peers can support you getting a picture online if you want to use your own picture. That's not necessarily a huge focus today, but I thought I'd point it out. I'm just going to read you the number 1 commandment here, which says, if you don't know whether a line should be explained, ask yourself, is this interesting? If not, skip it or find a way to make it interesting. So they say it's the number 1 rule of the site. I think what I would add for poetry is, if a line is something that could be interpreted in a way that supports what you think the poem means, I would explain it. If it's a line that's really not subject to much interpretation, I would probably leave it alone. And then number 2 says, don't put your explanation in nerd speak. What I think is important about this is, I do think it's important that you use academic language. I think it's a good reminder, though, that when you're analyzing a poem or any text, that although you want to use academic language and you want to use higher level thinking, your explanation has to be comprehensible. So it's good to remember that, being straightforward, writing something that other people can read and understand is important. So that's probably the end of the first video here. So continue on to number 2 to see how 2 people go back and forth with the analysis.